Voices from History presents Ramesses the Great. In Part 1, we witnessed the clash of empires at Kadesh and how Ramesses the Great claimed a divine victory. But a haunting question remains. If he won so decisively, why did he sign the world's first peace treaty with his enemies? Today, we go beyond the battlefield to uncover the true genius of Ramesses' second eye. This wasn't just a king. He was history's first master of propaganda. From the towering giants of Abu Simbel to the complex web of a family with over 100 children, we explore how one man manipulated architecture, religion, and even time itself to become immortal. We'll reveal how he turned a military stalemate into a diplomatic masterpiece, and the poignant story of a living god who outlived his own children, only to face the modern world thousands of years later with a royal passport in hand. Welcome to the epic conclusion of the reign of Ramesses the Great, the man, the myth, and the ultimate architect of legacy. Despite the official Egyptian accounts portraying Kadesh as a resounding triumph, the reality was more complex. The battle was essentially a costly draw, but Ramesses masterfully spun the narrative. He had detailed accounts of his heroism carved into temple walls across Egypt, immortalizing his personal bravery and the divine intervention that supposedly saved him. This wasn't just about self-aggrandizement. It was about solidifying his divine right to rule, reinforcing the idea that he was a pharaoh favored by the gods. These inscriptions served as ancient propaganda, a powerful tool for psychological control over his populace, ensuring loyalty and belief in his unassailable power. But the war with the Hittites dragged on for years after Kadesh, a grueling, resource-draining conflict that neither empire could decisively win. Both sides were exhausted, their treasuries strained, their manpower depleted, and this is where Ramesses demonstrates another facet of his genius, his capacity for pragmatic diplomacy. In a move that defied conventional expectations of a conquering pharaoh, Ramesses initiated peace talks. This culminated in the drafting of the world's first recorded peace treaty, signed between Ramesses II and the Hittite King Haddesili III in 1259 BC. This treaty wasn't just a cessation of hostilities. It was a comprehensive agreement outlining non-aggression, mutual defense, and even extradition clauses. It was a monumental achievement, a testament to Ramesses' ability to look beyond immediate military glory towards long-term stability and prosperity for his empire. The treaty solidified Egyptian control over Canaan and opened up new avenues for trade and cultural exchange. But how did he manage to convince his people, after years of war, that peace with their sworn enemy was the right path? It was another act of brilliant psychological persuasion, presenting the treaty not as a compromise, but as a divine blessing, securing Egypt's borders and allowing for an era of unprecedented prosperity and building. And speaking of building, Ramesses the Great embarked on an architectural spree that would forever redefine the Egyptian landscape. His building projects were not merely structures. They were statements, colossal monuments designed to awe, to inspire, and to eternally link his name with the gods. He understood that physical manifestations of power were crucial for maintaining his divine image. The scale of his ambition is staggering. He built more temples, monuments, and cities than almost any other pharaoh in Egyptian history. From the Ramesseum, his mortuary temple on the west bank of Luxor, to the grand expansions of the Karnak and Luxor temples, his legacy is literally etched in stone. But the pinnacle of his architectural genius, and perhaps the most powerful symbol of his ego, lies deep in the sands of Nubia, the temples of Abu Simbel. Carved directly into a mountainside, these two massive rock-cut temples are an engineering marvel, defying the imagination. The Great Temple, dedicated to Ramesses himself and the gods Amun, Ra-Horakhti, and Pa, features 4 colossal statues of the pharaoh, each over 60 feet tall, guarding the entrance. Imagine standing before these giants, gazing up at the impassive, divinely serene face of Ramesses, truly believing you were in the presence of a living god. The smaller temple, dedicated to his beloved great royal wife, Nefertari, and the goddess Hathor, was a revolutionary gesture, highlighting her importance and partnership in his divine rule. These aren't just temples, they are a masterclass in psychological manipulation through architecture. They were strategically placed to project Egyptian power deep into Nubian territory, reminding the subjugated people of their ruler's might and divine connection. They served as a visual deterrent, a constant reminder of who was in charge, ensuring compliance and minimizing dissent. What do you think was Ramesses' greatest achievement? His military prowess or his architectural legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss it on Voices from History. But how was all this labor possible? These projects required immense resources, skilled craftsmen, and an army of laborers. The prosperity brought by the peace treaty and control over trade routes provided the wealth, but the motivation of the workforce is another fascinating aspect of Ramesses' reign. While some labor was undoubtedly coerced, there was also a pervasive belief in the divine nature of the pharaoh, and working on his temples was seen as a religious duty, a path to spiritual merit. This blend of state control and religious fervor created an unstoppable engine of construction, a testament to the power of belief systems in mobilizing vast human resources. And his building wasn't just about grand statements, it was also about practical governance. He founded new cities like Ramesses, the House of Ramesses, Great of Victories, which became his northern capital and a vital military and administrative hub. This city was a marvel of urban planning, boasting vast palaces, barracks, workshops, and even a zoo. It was a testament to his vision, creating a thriving center that facilitated efficient governance and military operations in the Nile Delta. The impact of these projects extended far beyond their physical presence. They fostered a sense of national identity, a shared pride in Egyptian greatness, and a profound connection to their divine ruler. This psychological unity was a cornerstone of Ramesses' long and stable reign. Beyond his public persona as a warrior and builder, Ramesses was also a family man, albeit on an epic scale. He had numerous wives and an astounding number of children, estimated to be over 100 sons and 50 daughters. His great royal wife, Nefertari, held a special place in his heart, as evidenced by the beautiful temple at Abu Simbel and her magnificent tomb in the Valley of the Queens. His family life, though polygamous by modern standards, was intricately linked to the stability of his rule. Having many sons was a way to ensure a clear line of succession, minimizing potential challenges to the throne. Each son, educated and given various administrative or military roles, contributed to the functioning of the empire. However, this also created its own set of challenges. Managing such a vast royal family required immense diplomatic skill and careful balancing of power, preventing rivalries from destabilizing the court. And the sheer longevity of Ramesses' reign, 66 years, meant that many of his children and even grandchildren predeceased him. Imagine the personal toll of outliving so many of your loved ones, a poignant reminder that even a god-king was subject to the immutable laws of life and death. His rule spanned an incredible period, witnessing multiple generations. This unprecedented duration allowed him to consolidate power, implement long-term policies, and embed his legacy so deeply that it became almost impossible to erase. The cumulative effect of his reign was a period of sustained peace and prosperity, a golden age for Egypt, solidifying his reputation as Ramesses the Great. But the secrets of his enduring rule weren't just about military might or grand monuments. They were deeply rooted in his understanding of human psychology. He mastered the art of perception, the subtle manipulation of belief, and the cultivation of an image so powerful it transcended his mortal form. He understood that a pharaoh was not just a political leader, but a living embodiment of Ma'at, the cosmic order and justice. Every action, every inscription, every temple built reinforced this divine connection, ensuring the loyalty and obedience of his subjects. This wasn't just about fear. It was about fostering a profound sense of cultural and religious identity, where the pharaoh was the linchpin of their entire universe. He was the protector, the provider, the intermediary between humanity and the gods. Ramesses also utilized the power of propaganda to its fullest extent, a practice practice common among pharaohs, but elevated to an art form by him. His military exploits, exaggerated for dramatic effect, were endlessly repeated in relief carvings and stelae. His image, perpetually youthful and victorious, was replicated across the empire. This constant visual reinforcement created an omnipresent aura of invincibility, a psychological barrier against dissent and rebellion. Even in his later years, as his body inevitably aged, his monumental image remained eternally young and powerful. This deliberate control over public perception was a key to his unparalleled retention of power, not just of territory, but of the collective imagination of his people. His impact wasn't just within Egypt's borders. The peace treaty with the Hittites fostered a period of international stability in the Near East, influencing regional politics for decades. Egyptian cultural influence, spread through trade and diplomatic ties, reached far and wide. Ramesses' reign represented the pinnacle of Egyptian power and prestige during the New Kingdom, a testament to his strategic vision and unwavering resolve. But what happens when even the greatest of pharaohs, the living god, finally succumbs to mortality? Ramesses II died in his early 90s, an extraordinary age for the time. After a reign of 66 years, his mummified body, discovered in the royal cache at Deir el-Bahari, tells a fascinating story of advanced age and the physical toll of a long life. Studies of his mummy reveal severe arthritis, dental abscesses, and signs of poor circulation. Despite his divine image, his mortal body bore the marks of time, a humbling contrast to his immortalized form in stone. His burial was a grand affair, reflecting his immense status. He was interred in a lavish tomb in the Valley of the Kings, KV7, though much of its splendor was later looted. His mummy, however, survived, a testament to the efforts of ancient priests to protect their sacred pharaohs. The discovery of his mummy in 1881 was a monumental moment in archaeology, bringing the legendary pharaoh face to face with the modern world. When his mummy was flown to Paris in 1976 for conservation work, it was even issued a modern Egyptian passport, listing his occupation as king deceased. A humorous yet deeply poignant detail that bridges millennia and reminds us of the enduring fascination with this ancient ruler. His legacy, however, extends far beyond his physical remains. Ramesses the Great became the benchmark for all subsequent pharaohs, a legend against whom all others were measured. His name was invoked for centuries after his death, a symbol of national pride and divine authority. Even today, his monuments stand as colossal reminders of a civilization that pushed the boundaries of human achievement. They continue to draw millions of visitors, sparking wonder and curiosity, fulfilling his ultimate ambition, eternal remembrance. The psychological impact of his reign, the way he molded perception and belief, remains a powerful lesson in leadership and legacy. He showed us that power is not just about force, but about narrative, about creating a story so compelling, so pervasive, that it becomes truth. He understood that to truly rule, one must first conquer the minds of the people, and in that, Ramesses the Great achieved a victory more profound and lasting than any military conquest. He didn't just build an empire, he built an idea of greatness that continues to resonate. So, the next time you gaze upon an image of Ramesses the Great, remember that you're not just looking at an ancient king, but at a master of psychological engagement whose strategic brilliance and monumental ambition cemented his place, not just in history, but in eternity. He truly was and remains the ultimate showman, the ultimate leader, the ultimate legend. Don't miss our next deep dive into ancient civilizations. Subscribe to Voices from History now and ring the notification bell to stay updated. If you want to delve deeper into the mysteries of ancient Egypt, check out our related videos linked in the description below. And as always, thank you for watching Voices from History, where we bring the past to life.